town pretty late. I spent the week thinking about our next day. It was easier then, so much easier then. Or like that time I picked you up outside of school. You said, screw my dad, I make my own rules. It was easier then, so much easier then. Take me back to those easy summer days when we stopped at nothing, baby. Yeah, we stopped at nothing, baby. They couldn't take us, they couldn't change us, they couldn't catch us if they tried. Now we didn't care at all about winter or spring or fall. We felt so alive, and girl, we were thriving on kisses and sunshine and mischief. Yeah, we had one of those things.
So how do you plan on making today a really good day? If you've been in somewhat of a funk, then set one goal today that you are going to accomplish. I know this is a cleaning channel and a cleaning video, but it doesn't necessarily have to be cleaning related. Maybe it's something that you have just been setting off for a little while. Then once you've accomplished that one thing today, then make it a priority to celebrate. Go out to dinner tonight, have a glass of wine, do something that makes you feel really, really good, and let me know what you plan on doing in the comments. Now in this video, I do have a few things that I need to accomplish over the next couple of days. That includes finding the energy to clean several rooms in my house, as well as kind of changing up my decor and putting out some new items for the 4th of July that is coming up. If this is your first video to ever watch of mine, well, my name is Michelle. Welcome to my channel, and I'm currently 8 months pregnant. So when I talk about trying to find energy, I'm not kidding you. It is a struggle for me right now. I have 2 daughters. Savannah is about to turn 3 in the next 2 weeks, and Sailor, my oldest, is 4 years old. So mom life and mom mess right now at its finest. If you can relate somehow to these everyday struggles, then I encourage you to subscribe if you want to hang around. I post weekly, and I would love for you to join this community. But for me, the most bothersome place right now is my kitchen and my kitchen sink, so that's where we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Hold up just a minute, been looking for some help just to find myself. Yeah, been losing my focus like 1,000 times before. Can't take this anymore, 'cause I've been looking for something to change thoughts into motion. Been waiting way too long. Yeah, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotions.
So as I'm hand washing some of these items, I noticed that these plastic containers I actually use to put fruit in whenever I store fruit and stuff in the refrigerator. But I bought these containers on Amazon, and I had put a couple of them in the dishwasher before, and it kind of distorted the shape of them. I used to have a lid as well, but it doesn't fit properly on it anymore. So I just make it a priority to hand wash all of those, even though it's kind of a pain. That's why I do that. Now the sink gets bad pretty quickly. We have a sink rack that goes in here that fits perfectly in here so that we don't put dishes and stuff directly on the stainless steel, because it actually stains and leaves rings around it. But with that sink rack, it also makes the corners of the sink get dirty really, really fast. So sometimes I use the pink stuff to clean it off, and then sometimes I just use regular dish soap, which also helps get everything off. I have had some recommendations to use the Barkeeper's stainless steel cleaner, I believe, as well as the Mrs. Meyer's cream cleaner, I think it is.
Now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time. It's all been a waste of close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time. It's all been a waste of time. You waste my time. It's all been a waste of time.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was telling you guys about some of my food and like grocery issues, just like finding a worm in one of my like sweet peppers from the grocery store, and that, you know, I would go to the grocery store, I bought a carton of eggs, and like 2 of the eggs were missing. So I asked you guys to share some of your stories, and y'all gave me some crazy stories. So if you're eating right now, just be prepared. I'm going to share a couple of people's comments from crazy things that you have found in your food. So first is Miley had said that she had found maggots in her strawberries that she had just bought. Shelby said that when she was little, she was eating like a bowl of cereals, that, you know, the Oreos cereals, and that she actually found a black spider in it, and it bit her, and she never eaten anything again. I cannot imagine, Shelby. And then Mary Ann said that she had bought some pasta and that she actually found mice droppings in her pasta. Now, if you've been here since last year, then you know that we had like mice in our backyard really bad. We had a mice in our house, and I actually figured out we had a mouse in our house because we would find droppings everywhere. And then Cheryl said that she went to the grocery store to get some cauliflower for a salad that she was going to make. And then when she took the cauliflower out, there were worms infested in it. And she took it back to the grocery store, and they had asked her if she wanted a different batch of cauliflower, and she's like, no, thank you. So, I mean, once you kind of find bugs or I don't know, whatever in your food, you kind of get traumatized of ever eating that food again. And then Lindsay said that she often finds ladybugs like in her canned vegetables, like green beans and stuff. Now, I've never looked or noticed, I guess, if I have found any bugs in my canned vegetables, but I'm going to start having to look now. So I didn't mean to traumatize y'all or gross you out, but I also, in like that video a couple weeks ago, said that I had a cockroach like in our bedroom. And since then, we have found 2 more, and I just do not like cockroaches because, you know, they're going to just like crawl in your mouth and your ears and get everywhere. And Chris is like, oh yeah, like that monster guy in Men in Black. And I'm like, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. I know I'm being dramatic, and I'm also joking. But my story with this is that I asked you guys to share some of the craziest animals or bugs or whatever that you have found in your house. And from y'all's responses, I've made a list. I'm going to share that list a little bit later. I can't believe some of these. So yep, stay tuned. I'll share that list in a little bit. But thank you guys for commenting and sharing all of your stories with me, because a lot of them are just so funny and like fun to hear and listen to. So I really do appreciate it. But anyway, I am going to finish up here in the kitchen, and I'm using the Method Granite Cleaner, which was recommended by you guys as subscribers. I've also used the Jaws Granite Cleaner. I like that one too, but this bottle's full, so I'm going to probably go through this bottle before testing out any new ones.
Shine on me, shine on me. Shine on me, shine on me. I've been going out of my head. I've been waiting for someone to give me help. All I'm asking for is just some space and some time, then I'll be alright. I've been having thoughts in my mind I can't get out. Tell me things I can't say myself, from you and nobody else. Everything is out of my sight. This is all so new to me. I can do it all It's all so new to me. I need you, someone to show me the way. The light doesn't shine on me. Shine on me, 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 shine on me. I've been chasing highs just to breathe, yeah. I need that. Take it all in now, I see what I'm asking for. It's just some space and some time, then I'll be alright.
So as I'm moving on to the living room next, I did mention that I was 8 months pregnant with a baby boy. So my due date is August 18th. And I do have some stuff coming in for the nursery. So I've had questions on when I'm going to show like the nursery reveal and what we are planning on doing. Well, let me first explain. So we have 2 bedrooms downstairs and 2 bedrooms upstairs. So right now, the 2 bedrooms upstairs are both of the girls' rooms, Sailor and Savannah. So what I'm going to do is move Savannah into Sailor's room, and we have been waiting on bunk beds in order to kind of transition them all together at one time. So those bunk beds have been on back order since March, I believe. So I hadn't gotten started on the nursery because I didn't want to kick Savannah out of her room just to have like an empty baby room until I could get her settled and adjusted into that room. So that should be coming in here super shortly, and I've already started ordering some stuff for the nursery. So I plan on kind of revealing that room, I want to say the beginning of August. Is when I can probably get that room done. But it just depends on how long it takes some of the stuff I've ordered to come in. I'm not doing any drastic major changes in that room because whenever we had Savannah, we actually wallpapered the whole back area and then painted it a nice, pretty neutral gray. So the only thing I'm going to do is start taking out a lot of the pink stuff, the pink curtains, the pink rug, the pink chandelier, and then kind of transitioning it into more of a masculine space. So some of the stuff that I'm taking out of Savannah's room, I am going to be moving into Sailor's room so that it can kind of feel like both of their rooms together and not just one, kid moving into the other room. So it'll be like a new space where they can both enjoy, and it doesn't feel like Savannah's like getting kicked out of her space. But hopefully she won't feel that way. And we have 2 bedrooms downstairs. So it will be the primary bedroom or our bedroom, and then the second bedroom, which we turned into an office. And last week, I completely decluttered that space. It was completely horrible. So if you hadn't seen that video, then go ahead and check it out. So this rug, I'm going to use the Folex spot cleaner on it. I feel like this spot cleaner does the best job on any type of rug. Now what's on that rug, I'm pretty sure it's pineapple. I'll just say that, and it came up really good. This little spot over here, I had a hard time determining if it was like a dirt spot or if it kind of blended with the rug. So whenever we kind of redid our living room or refreshed it, this rug is pretty new. So for now, I'm just going to use the spot cleaner and see what it does. I ended up noticing that it felt kind of sticky. So with kids and pets and adults, I mean, who knows what it is? It could be anything. So I tried to do this until another day. I'll pull out the shampooer and see if I can get it up a little better. This spot here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little bit orange. I know that is Gatorade because one of the girls walked over with their little Gatorade bottle and then spilt a little bit on the floor. And then I tried to clean it up. And I mean, we know we're not supposed to be like eating over the rug or anything, but it happens, right? I mean, let's just be realistic. And I kind of picked it up. The cool thing about that rug is it feels a little water resistant. So there was just a little bit of orange Gatorade there. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as it was when the spill happened.
Sometimes Sometimes when I'm thinking about us, before we got lost and we parted, back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight, but this time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm reasoning about us, I know you got me, it's so effortless. Back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could.
So some of y'all might know this about me, but I am not really big on to-do lists. And I know that's kind of like weird having a cleaning channel and like getting all of these things done and making sure you're motivated. And then to be like, how do you not have a to-do list? Like, how do you get anything done without a to-do list? So I had heard this a long time ago from a couple different like entrepreneur type people or really, really successful people who tend to typically get a lot of stuff done and have a lot of time for, just to live life and stuff. And the bottom line was that they had like priority lists. And you're kind of wondering, like, what's the difference? I mean, it's still a list. And it's not really. I do see people post to-do lists. I've had to-do lists in the past. Sometimes I need Chris, my husband, to have to-do lists because he doesn't remember things very well. But for some people, it overcomplicates things. You feel like, okay, well, let me just put 25 things on this list. And, I feel better when I can check them all off and say, oh, I'm the busiest person. I have all this stuff to do. But some people like me, it's like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff to do. I'm not even going to get started. So having the concept of a priority list basically just says, what is the 1, 2, or maybe 3 most important things that need to be accomplished that day? What are you going to make progress towards? And not necessarily what are you going to do? Take out the trash. Like that's not, I guess for me, is not like a progress. It could be for some people, but my whole thing is that I have specific priorities that I need to get done, and that's what I focus on. If something doesn't get done that day, then it's just not that important that day. Maybe it's more important the next day. I heard this quote from Jim Quick, and it kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things, and it made me step back and be just more present in time. Now, his quote that kind of changed my perspective on a lot, and that I kind of live by now, is the most important thing is to keep the most important thing the most important thing. Now, let me repeat that and let that sink in. The most important thing is to keep the most important thing the most important thing. Now, what this quote means for me is that the little unimportant stuff causing you headache and anxiety that don't really matter should stay that way. They shouldn't matter, right? We should be making the most important thing, which in most cases, or at least for me, is my family, my time with my kids, quality time, making memories, really is the most important thing. And now, yes, I have a cleaning channel and I'm cleaning and motivating you guys to get stuff done because I do agree this stuff does have to get done. And I love having this with you, to share this with you, and to have someone to kind of clean with. But at the end of the day, it's not about who has the best YouTube cleaning channel. It's not about who cleans their house the best. It's not about who checked the most things off of their to-do list or who got the most laundry done. It really isn't. And, watching other people do it and comparing yourself to them is a struggle, but none of that matters. So that's kind of what that quote means for me. And I hope that you can kind of repeat it and think about what it also means for you.
Oh, here you are, face face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind. All the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
Here I am using the Tenco Wet Vac, which helps vacuum and mop the floors at the same time. Now, because all of our downstairs consists of hardwood or tile, then this makes it a lot easier because you can just do two things basically at once. You don't have to vacuum and then go back over and mop. It does it at the same time. Now, I will warn you, when you do that, then it will, get all of the dirty water in the dirty water canister, but then all of the stuff that you ended up vacuuming up will kind of catch all right there. So it does look pretty disgusting, but that's basically what would be in your vacuum if you did vacuum. And if you guys live with dogs or cats, then you feel me on all of the hair.
You held me back when I tried to move on from your life. So you stole my life with clarity. So hold me back, now you're here. Cause I'm mad, show no fear. Wanna let you know just how it felt. Oh no, 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 no. Don't you think we're good?
All right, so some of the crazy stories about animals that y'all have found in your home. So it started off by saying I saw a cockroach in like the corner of our room, and I had to get Chris, my husband, to come and get it because I don't like it. I don't like cockroaches. And so I had you guys share your stories with me, and here are some of the good responses. So Mindy said that she had found a scorpion in her sink. We don't live near scorpions, but I know that they are kind of common in the South. Lizette said that she found a snake in her hallway. And Alicia and Julianne both said that they have found snakes in their washing machine. Now, after reading these, I'm going to start checking every time I wash clothes to see if there's a snake in there. Marcia said that she was like in her bedroom filing some papers and stuff, and she looks over and a possum is in her closet. Now, I would freak out. I wouldn't even know how to get it out. So, Marcia, I really hope you were able to get it out safely. Coriel has found squirrels in her house and had her dogs chase them out. Linda has said that she has found mice, squirrels, bats, and birds, all kinds of different stuff. So this one is pretty crazy. Annalise said that she found a fox in her kitchen one time. And Maddie is from Australia. So can you just kind of picture and guess what she found in her room? She said that a kangaroo had jumped in her bedroom. I couldn't imagine. We don't have kangaroos here, obviously, but that would just be so crazy. Okay, so I'm like really pregnant, right? So I have to, the bigger you get, the bigger the baby gets, the more you have to go to the bathroom because they're like sitting on your bladder. So I go up to the bathroom in the middle of the night and I never turn the lights on. Now, after hearing Yvonne's story, I completely changed that. So Yvonne said that in her daughter's toilet one time, she went in and there was a foot-long iguana coming out of the toilet. So that is so crazy. That is my worst fear. I don't know about you guys, but like going to the bathroom and then seeing something in your toilet, I couldn't imagine. And last one, as I am picking up the playroom, Karen said that she found a bat lying face down in her living room. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope that it was dead so you didn't have to, do anything. And she said that it was making noises and stuff, but luckily they ended up getting it out. So thank you guys for sharing all of that. Those are some crazy stories. I'm going to be super cautious now every time I walk into a room to see if something is in there. But like thinking of the bat and everything, maybe I'll tell y'all in my next week's video the story about my encounter, because the bat just made me think about like rabies and stuff. And I actually had to get a series of several anti-rabies shots. So it was a crazy story, but I am going to start decorating here in a few minutes. So, and I probably will, talk a long time about that story. So maybe next week's video, I will tell you guys about that encounter. It was so crazy. I don't even think a lot of people, my friends, know about this, but I'll share that story with you guys next week.
I'm saying let's go. You're saying maybe. Let's find a disco. You're stuck at home being so lazy. Hey. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. There's no fire when I smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire when I smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body.
Now that I finally have most of the house picked up, then I can actually start decorating. So I picked up a few things here from Hobby Lobby, and I will be decorating a little bit for the 4th of July. Now, I know that about 50% of my subscribers are not actually from the US. So the 4th of July is basically our US Independence Day, which we declared independence from Great Britain in 1776. But what I didn't know that it didn't actually become a federal holiday until 1941. So not everyone typically decorates, you could say, for this holiday, but I just started decorating for it, I want to say 2 years ago, just adding red, white, and blue, which is our country in the flag's colors, and then just some simple touches here and there. I just try and focus on a lot of the floral stuff. So typically the floral stuff, I'll have spring stuff, and then if I just change out the color of the flowers, it makes it more seasonal. It makes it different, and then it makes it more seasonal. So, and then just add a couple things here and there. So I wouldn't say I go all out, but I do, have lots of different floral stuff. Now these vases are from Home Goods, and if you had seen my spring decor video, I just added some cherry blossoms, so white cherry blossoms, and that's what's been here. So what I'm doing to just make it more festive for the holiday, I guess you can say, is just add in a couple of blue and red flowers on both sides.
I don't know where she came from, kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night at hers and bring her one of my t-shirts so it smells like her perfume. Now I really get what the love songs are talking about, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
So Sailor is my 4-year-old daughter, and she's really observant. And like I said, I don't always decorate for every single holiday. But she came home and was like, "Mom, I love your flowers." And I don't know, it just melted my heart, but it was really cool to see that the 4-year-old actually noticed that there was some color in that I actually changed up some of the decor. And it got her excited for the holiday because we also do fireworks for the 4th of July. Typically for New Year's and 4th of July, we do fireworks, and they get to use their little sparklers and wave them around, and they're just super cute. If you are in the US and you have any fun plans for the 4th of July weekend, then let me know what you guys are doing in the comments below.
Then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Those green wreaths are just from Amazon, and I keep them up in spring, and then 4th of July I just add festive bows, and then actually in the fall I kind of add some smaller like fall colored flowers, and then I take them down when I do my Christmas decor. So the next thing that I'm going to do is this vase. I created this kind of faux flower arrangement for springtime, and I'm going to swap out the flowers again and make it more festive. I'm actually going to keep the base layer as the greenery, and then I'm also going to keep these white roses in there, and then I'm just going to add the red and blue flowers. So these are really long stemmed ones. So what I did to kind of even them out in the vase is I bent the bottom, but I also bent the sides too. So that way not the whole arrangement is not just sticking straight up. The greenery is going to kind of come down at an angle, and then that will allow me to have the flowers kind of stick up. It just makes the arrangement look more full, in my opinion.
From my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door.
When I went to Hobby Lobby, I saw these white flowers and they reminded me of like fireworks. So I just kind of spread them apart to make them full, and then that's what I'm putting in next.
I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared.
The red and blue flowers I just ended up buying in one bunch, and then I'm using wire cutters to cut them. Then I'm just going to place them in the vase just randomly. The only thing is I wish they were a little bit longer because they all are kind of the same size and sit in the same area, but it ended up turning out really good. There's no strategy behind this, just kind of placing them and filling out the gaps, and then grabbing those blue flowers and then also filling in the gaps with those.
I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone.
I had this ribbon left over from last year when I made the bows that went around our green wreaths. So I decided I was just going to add a little bow here to see what it would look like.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay
On our front porch, whenever I decorated for spring, I had got these really long stem, I think these are cherry blossoms too, in white and yellow, and I have them on either side of our front door. So what I am deciding to do is I'm going to take all of the white ones out, and I'll probably end up putting away the two spring pots, or put different plants in there. And then I am going to actually grab all of them, they're just from Amazon, and then put them in this pot right in front of the entryway. Then I can use some more of the red and blue leftover flowers that I have.
Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you.
I had some white peonies that I ended up not using in the bigger arrangement, so I'm just going to add them here. I can't keep it in the kitchen because now it's too tall and it doesn't fit underneath the cabinet, so I just added a little flag here, and then I probably might move this around. For now I just put it on our coffee table, but I have a feeling it might move around a little bit. Now this wreath I actually made last year. All I did was buy a green wreath and then cut different flowers. Some of them are actually coming unglued, but I cut the different floral arrangements and just glued it on there. So it made kind of a festive wreath, and it took me pretty much no time at all. But thank you guys so much for sticking around through this video, for watching the decor, listening to these crazy stories, and thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. It really means a lot to me. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys next week.